curious, like what's happening. My plan is tomorrow, I'm going to start multi-streaming on Kick. I joined the Kick Partner Program, and that's happening literally tomorrow. It is the, I press one button, and I go live on another platform. And some of the big reasons why, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Some of the big reasons why is that I think that, and also, oh, just in case anybody is concerned at all, nothing is going to change if you like watching on Twitch. Not a single thing. I'm going to be multi-streaming. I'm just simply streaming on Kick as well. I'm not moving over there. I'm not leaving Twitch. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just streaming on there as well. And so anyway, yeah, I just joined. You gonna gamble? No, I don't like gambling. Why would I gamble? No, I talked to the guys there. I've had a good relationship with them, and so we set something up, and I joined the program, and that's it. And so, yeah. And again, the reason why I didn't go to YouTube is because of DMCA. It's not feasible for me to go to YouTube. Like, if I could do it, I would, but I'm not going to. And so I'm going to start and try and do Kick. Did you get a bag? No signing bonus or anything like that. I just joined the program, and that's about it. And the reason why is that, so they introduced, like, a thing for a while, like, Kick didn't let you multi-stream on there, or I would have done this earlier. And I think that, like, there are cases, like, for example, you saw how, like, Lucy Pyre got banned. And, going cheap? No, because it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Like, for me...
He definitely got paid a ton to stream there. Is that true? How? Are you saying that he's lying? Why would he lie about that? He said no sign-on bonus, right? But the contract, by the way, I mean, it's still getting paid. Like, you don't need a sign-on bonus, right? Like, the thing is that he's still probably getting paid to stream on Kick, no? Yeah.
It doesn't make a big difference in any capacity whatsoever. And so, because, like, the reason why I'm doing it is that I think that there are a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that I think multi-streaming is the future. And I think that fixating on one platform and forcing people to be exclusive on one platform is reductive for content creators. And I think that people like Destiny have...
This really depends. Like, the thing is like, I guess for newer content creators or for people with, I don't want to say lower viewership, but like smaller creators, right? For smaller creators like me, it's just better to just be on one platform, actually. Because all I know is that when I multi-stream, there's just a bunch of bots in Twitch. It's just annoying.
Shown that.
Or
I think
Kick,
people
even.
like, I would say Destiny is probably the best example that's shown that. And so, yeah, that's currently it. And user Asmongold, I honestly, like, we talked about it for a while. I've got to make sure that I have everything set up, and then I can link you guys to channel and everything like that. So, yeah. And that's currently what the plan is, right? And competition breeds innovation. Yes, exactly. Especially a platform that bans you for any woke reason. Well, this is another big reason, right? Why I wanted to move off of and not only stream on Twitch. One of the big reasons why is straight up because of the bans. Like, I see somebody like Lucy get banned yesterday for showing, like, a little bit of curvature as, like, a VTuber model, or I see somebody not get banned for, like, threatening violence. And I think to myself, like, this isn't a platform that has a lot of stability to it. It just doesn't. And so, like, that's really what my focus was. And I saw that, and I just think that there's a good probability and a good possibility that Twitch does, and I'm being serious about this, that Twitch makes a drastic change with the way that moderation happens on their platform. And when that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of my content becomes against my becomes against the rules. And so that's really it. And you can say which Kick account. Yeah, I'll link everything and do all of that later on. I will. But yeah, that's currently what the plan is. Will you sometimes stream just to Kick to do some NSFW content? No, I'm gonna reserve that for OnlyFans. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, that's it. And I'll throw us a link. Yeah, I'm gonna have a link in just a little bit and make sure I have everything set up. And if you really fucked up to be banned on Kick, yeah, exactly, right. And will there be an offline channel on Kick too? I have not even thought that far.
Is there still a lot of predators on Zoom? Not Zoom. Fucking hell. Kick. Is there still a lot of predators on Kick? Is it because the last time, every single time I looked into Kick, or whatever, Kick is always like full of child predators, like actual like real child predators. I'm not fake child predators, all right? Real child predators that are propped up by the founder of Kick. All right. Yes. Last time I saw yes, yeah. Like these people are just like the platform has essentially just kind of become just a platform for actual predator and like the most disgusting people as well, right? Like if you guys have seen like something like chickens, God, something like chickens, whatever, amazing, high effort predator hunter, okay? Actual high effort predator hunter, all right? Although to be fair, I think he should get in contact with the cops. I think, I mean, I don't know if he's contacted the cops or not, but in my humble opinion, I think you should get in at least, I hope so that he has contacted the cops. All right, because it can't just be a video. It literally can't just be a video or something, or like trying to get Kick to do something. I think there should be actions. All right, he's super in depth about, yeah. And by the way, yes, there are proof of these people selling child pornography on Kick. All right, like these people are no joke.
We got the offline channel
Like
on
actual
Twitch
child
banned,
pornography.
but we're gonna try and do that for now, okay? And you can watch movies and shit on Kick exclusively. So I did talk to Eddie and them, and I'm not going to be doing anything exclusively on Kick. There will be one thing.
What? Yeah. I've watched plenty of videos where it's just like people catching like Kick streamers selling actual child porn, dude.
Thing I may be doing as well, though, is that, you know, obviously they have a lot of connections. And so I was thinking about doing my own podcast where I do interviews with like different high profile people. And if I did that,
dude, no kidding. They're not even selling child porn for all that much. All right, somebody traded his 17-year-old ex-girlfriend's nudes for 10 gifted subs. 10 gifted subs. All right. I've gotten 10 a pop before. I've gotten that before on my stream without buying child porn, okay? Crazy. Insane.
I would probably record that on Kick and then just put it on YouTube. So that's another possibility, right? Because like obviously Steak and Eggs podcast is obviously dead and we stopped doing that, and you know, that's it. And so, and again guys, if people don't want to watch it live, you're going to have it on YouTube as well. So that's what matters the most. What about other platforms in the future? Yeah, I plan on doing that too. Yeah, but I'm going to start with Kick, and I think that's the best idea. And I want to see how that goes and then basically make a decision after that and see, okay, well, like how did this go? How are people reacting to this? Has this been
you know what kind of drives me nuts is that some people, just in an effort to like get away from cancel culture or whatever the fuck they like to call it, in an effort to get away from cancel culture, they're associating themselves with predators, like actual real ongoing predators. I'm not talking about predators who have reformed their ways after like 5 years. I'm not talking about predators who, you know, are no longer doing the things that they are doing. I'm talking about people who are still doing the things that they're doing, and they're like openly associated. Dude, it's disgusting. Oh my god.
Official, and then I'll think about other platforms after that as well. But I think it's a smart thing to do to just go with the second biggest live streaming platform right now. That would be it. And that's it. Is multi-stream against TOS? It's not anymore, and that's why I'm doing it. So the reason why I didn't multi-stream back in the day is because...
Can you give an example? Yeah, sure. So, okay. I think Kick had... God, is that person named, Derek? Derek Graz, I think? Do you guys remember Derek Graz? Derek Graz is especially one particular name, I think, that you can probably, like, search up. And there's like a video on him. I've watched it on stream before years ago. So Derek Graz, we have Derek Graz, and then we also have fuck. Okay, listen, these names are from years ago. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right, like 2 years ago. So
I wasn't allowed to. Like, for a long time, Twitch forced you into exclusivity, and the people that weren't forced into it had
Yeah,
contracts that locked them into it. But I never had one of those contracts, number one. And number two, that rule has gone away. That was bad. It was. Will there be ads? Will there be ads? No. Period. No. I'm going to be totally honest, guys. I could show you guys how much I make, right? Like, streaming on there. Like, that'd be fine. Like, I don't really care. But I don't really care that much about money. Like, if I want to make a lot of money, there's a lot of ways for me to be able to make money. And, like, streaming is only one avenue of me being able to make a lot of money. Like, I could make money doing, like, 10 or 20 different things, right? And so, please, you're interested? Yeah, and so I don't care about ads. I don't want any ads for you guys. I'm not going to run any of this stuff. And I'm going to try to make sure that we're uploading at the highest quality. This is one of the things that I talk to.
Dude, I'm sorry. Whenever somebody tries to suck themselves off like this, it's so, like, weird and strange. It's like, oh, I don't care about money. Stop. You do care about money, okay? You care about money. Dude, how could you say I don't care about money, and then at the same time you're like, oh, I can't believe the U.S. government is like taking all of our money or whatever the fuck. Like, you're trying to like concern for the rest of your viewers or some shit. It's just like, bro, you're not consistent, brother. Like,
I talked to the guys at Kick about making sure that the quality for the streams is higher and better, and so that way, you know, it's an improvement as well. So you guys can see that. So yeah, that's currently what the plan is, and that's going to be starting tomorrow too. And there's not a big difference between like what's going to be happening today and tomorrow. Like, I'm literally just going to be doing the same thing. At the beginning, it's probably going to be harder for me to integrate chats between like Kick and Twitch. And so that's probably like something I'll need an app for or a plugin for or something like that. And I'm going to be looking through that soon. But that's currently what my plan is. You said that yesterday? Well, no, I did say that. Okay, so I'm just going to completely pull back the curtain. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what happened. I put off making this announcement for like a month, and they were getting annoyed by it because I'm the kind of person that just puts everything off, and they're like, bro, can you please just fucking announce this and start doing it? I'm like, okay, fine, I'm going to start doing it June 1st. And so I checked the calendar, and I thought that May had 30 days to it. And I told them I would announce it on June 1st. And so yesterday...
Good evening, how are you doing? Sorry I'm so late. There's no need to apologize for being late. Come on now.
I went live thinking it was June 1st. And about an hour and a half into the stream, I looked down and it said 5:31. And I was like... That's why at the time, I was like typing to somebody. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, all right, that's it. And that's the reason. And I'll even read you guys the message I put in our group chat. And this is with everybody that was involved.
Yo, happy Pride, you gay bitch, and Chatty. Thank you so much, Dio. I appreciate that.
Just a drink.
Let me see here.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm so fucking retarded. I thought May was a 30-day month, and I planned on saying it today until I looked at the calendar halfway into my stream. I'm not kidding. That's what I said to them. And so that's it. And yeah, there we go, guys. And I got debated. Yeah, so I went live yesterday actually thinking all this shit was going to happen, but that was the real reason. And so apparently got a warning combining Twitch chat and YouTube chat saying it could be banned. Well, if I wouldn't be combining it, he gets in trouble for that because he's doing it on stream. I'm not showing it on stream. I would just be reading it so I can get the message from everybody. So yeah, do you see yourself streaming to more mobile platforms too? Maybe. Like right now, the focus, I want to just focus on just doing it on Kick and just doing that because like that's, like, I think it's very easy to go from 2 to 3 or from 3 to 4 after you've already gone from 1 to 2. I don't want to go from 1 to 4 immediately, right? I want to try this out, see how it goes, and then if people enjoy it and there's a good reception and everything, then I'll probably expand what I'm doing and do that more intelligently, right? I think that's what makes sense. Has Rumble reached out? Well, I mean, other platforms have reached out for sure. I mean, you guys, I mean, well, yeah, I've talked, I mean, you know, I've talked to Elon, you saw that, and I've talked to
He really wants Elon, huh? Doesn't he?
Talk to Chris as well. But like right now, you know, like I know the guys at Kick a lot more, and like that's probably the main reason that I did it. And also I think that they have the partner program and everything. And that's why. So yeah, it's that simple. Tecton's going to stream on 4 platforms. Yeah, and I think that more people are going to do it. And again, I feel like if somebody's going to do it, it might as well be me. Why not? Why not? Why not do it? Why not have it be me? Every single other time that I've went to do something, you know, I think it's worked, and that's it. You missed out on millions? No, I already have millions. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, I'm not a...
This is the guy. This is the guy that pretends that he's like a poor person. I have millions. Well, now it just sounds like you don't take care of yourself, and you're also like bad to do the discourse, and you're just pretending to be humble. Like, dude.
I don't have expensive taste. I'm fine, man. Like, I don't need any money. I don't need any, like...
Okay, stop. Expensive taste is like not buying a fucking Mercedes, okay? Not like, not cleaning up your room and like falling through your ceiling, okay? Sorry, okay, when people think of not having expensive taste, I at least assume the person takes care of themselves, okay? Alright? I'm sorry, but we should really stop conflating, you know, having a humble life with, like, not taking care of yourself and having, like, terminal depression. Alright, like, okay, stop. Stop glorifying this weird fucking life that you have, or this weird fucking life that you live. What the fuck? Take care of yourself. What's wrong with you? Asmongold has a Mercedes? Okay, well, that just makes everything worse then. Thank you for telling me that.
Just so people know, like, what I really care about a lot is being able to influence and change things in a way that I think is beneficial for me, and to be able to understand the world in a way that's accurate, and to maintain the highest degree of personal freedom that I possibly can. So everything that I do in my life is in service of those 3 things. And in general, like, not in order, like, personal freedom is number 1. And so whenever I talk about, like, I was rich whenever I was broke, because I didn't have to fucking do anything. I could do whatever the hell I wanted. And so that's what I really cared about in general, right? So yeah. Let's see back over here. And I think the difference between you and other smaller millionaires is you aren't terrified of losing your fortune. Otherwise, you'd be milking everything in sight. Well, of course, I don't... Oh, by the way, I don't criticize and I don't hate on anybody for trying to make money and trying to make a living. I'm not critical for anybody on that. It's not an issue at all. I don't think myself above them in any capacity. I don't talk down about people that have expensive tastes or like making money. That's not a big deal to me, and I think if it makes you happy...
You know, I'm glad that he has the freedom to think that it's not a big deal or not, because honestly, everything that I've seen of Asmongold is that he's immensely privileged, okay? Privileged to be in the position where he's one of the very few, you know, streamers that is able to blow up or even turn what he loves into, like, a passion, right? But here's the thing, I don't fault somebody. I don't fault somebody for turning, you know, what they love doing into an actual career, okay? Especially, like, streaming or something, right? I don't fault somebody for doing that. However, what I do not like is pretending to be somebody who is living like a homeless person, glorifying the lifestyle of being a neckbeard, and then pretending you're like the others when in private you are living large. You are living large. You are not taking care of yourself because you're a depressed rich person, okay? He is a depressed rich person. He's not like humble or anything. Humble is having the, you know, the emotional capacity to reject rich things, which I have seen so far Asmongold has not, okay? He owns several businesses, all right? He recruits like right-wing YouTubers, okay, into his businesses and whatnot, okay? He owns expensive cars. And honestly, he's as harmful for public discourse as Hassan. He is as bad as Hassan, if not worse, all right? And honestly, I am on the boat of he is worse than Hassan, okay? So, you know, that's just my own controversial opinion, okay? It's okay.
you should do that. But the
So simply he is fake. Yeah, he's LARPing. He's LARPing as somebody that he lived as like 10 years ago.
only thing that I can do is I can focus on what makes sense for me, right? And that's it. What about selling their body for money? Well, it's their own body. Shouldn't they have the right to do what they want with their own body? I think, of course, if you want to sell your body for money, go for it. That's fine. I mean, I'm really like, I know this sounds crazy, but I actually believe in personal freedom. Is that weird?
But like, isn't it? I mean, isn't he a little bit biased here? Whatever, man.
Yeah, it's so weird. Wow. Wow, that's so crazy. Like, I'm at a very big crossroads, and this is gonna be like, I don't want to do a big like therapy session, and that's not really what this is. But I'm just going to vocalize kind of some of my, like, some of the paths in front of me, right? The forking roads, etc. And basically, I'm in a position now where I feel like I've been extremely successful for a long time, and I've done pretty much whatever the hell I've wanted. And I've ended up doing very, very well at it. I've done better than what I thought I would. Midlife crisis? No, it's the opposite, actually. It's a midlife decision. And in terms of profession, right? Because, like, there's a lot of people, and they're, like, for example, like, I would never show my DMs, right? But if I did, you guys would see, like, I talk to all kinds of people that are, like, very well known, and, you know, like, they run successful shows and stuff like this all the time. I've been invited on, like, mainstream media regularly. And I never really take advantage of any of those opportunities because it's just not really in my nature. And so, like...
No, it's because he's probably lazy. That's probably why, okay? It's not because it's in his nature, alright? Yeah.
I asked myself, like, is it something that, like, I would try to do and see at least how much of this I could handle and how much of it I could do? And so I will at least try Who's the Most Famous. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've never talked to I've never talked to a U.S. president before. Okay, I have not. I have never talked to a U.S. vice president before. So yeah.
Like, by the way, if you're ever wondering what humble bragging looks like, this is literally what humble bragging looks like. All right, humble bragging is more annoying than regular bragging. Okay, just so you know, it's worse than normal bragging by far. Humble bragging is when somebody presents themselves as humble, but then brags by saying how, like, privileged and how, you know, rich and successful they are, but then at the same time, they're not willing to use any of that wealth. They're not willing to, you know, live a rich life. Basically, I guess what I'm saying is they want to be rich, but also have the poor person aesthetic in order to get more clout, in order to get more attention, in order to appear as a good person, okay? And, you know, this is what Asmongold just does all the time. Is just this weird humble bragging thing that just gives off very disingenuous energy. Okay, I know he's trying to look genuine here. Okay, he's trying to look genuine here, but this is like the antithesis of not being genuine. Okay, so yeah, boom. Okay, there you go. I would rather respect a rich person who admits that they are rich and lives a rich life than somebody like Asmongold who, you know, just says cringe shit like this, dude. What the fuck? Asmongold has never claimed to be poor. Well, that's kind of missing the point, right? It's not about claiming to be poor, right? It's about, like, you're rich, but then you want to have the poor person aesthetic, and you don't just have the aesthetic, but you constantly brag about it, right? Like, this is bragging, whether you like it or not. This is humble bragging. It doesn't really matter, right? Isn't it easier to humble brag when you're in a higher position?
Yeah. And please don't turn down Joe Rogan. I think even I would make an exception for Joe Rogan. But anyway, so yeah, and so this has been like a big turning point for me, is that, like,
if I were to sum up Asmongold, I would probably say, like, Asmongold is the dumb person's idea of a humble person. Yes. I think that is the best way I can sum up Asmongold. He is the dumb person's idea of a humble person. Yeah. So if you truly think Asmongold is humble, I think you're a little dumb. But whatever, man. It's okay. All right, it's fine. People are allowed to think what they want to think. Okay. So, you know.
I would like to do more stuff like that and elevate my content more, but my own, like, the biggest weakness that I have as an individual is the fact that, like, I am just simply not that kind of a person. And so I'm trying to figure out and like make a way that I can do that that makes sense for me personally, that doesn't at the same time cause me a lot of.
This is why I can't put Asmongold in the background or just listen to him in general. It's just like how do you stand this humble bragging? Oh my god. And by the way, he doesn't just do this like rarely. He doesn't just rarely humble brag. He humble brags every video that I take a look at him. Like every video that I see of him is just him humble bragging. It's just, oh my god, dude. Kill me. It's so cringe. It's so cringe, dude.
Stress and you know, anxiety. And so like I'm a very antisocial person, and that's the issue. And also I stream every single day.
Okay.
So that has been on Twitch. They'll probably whenever they'll post about it, and I'll do it later on. It's not a big deal. I'll probably link it and everything like that. So yeah, would you tell us if you were going on Joe Rogan? It depends on if you wanted me to or not. Like, I mean, sometimes he might have wanted to keep the.
I used to watch Asmongold, but during the immigration stuff, I felt pretty sickened how he's just laughing about some deplorable stuff. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of people who were incredibly put off by Asmongold's rhetoric during his arcs where he's just covering Trump nonstop. I think like the way that he comes off is like very mask off, or, you know, he just seems like a cruel person that, you know, doesn't actually have any like on one side where you have people who are using empathy as a weapon, you have somebody who uses cruelty as a weapon. And I think that Asmongold represents the other side, where somebody is using empathy as a weapon like I does, and meanwhile you have people like Asmongold that is using cruelty as a weapon. Yeah, it's just disgusting, right? These people are, all of them are disgusting. Yeah.
Episode of Secret. I don't know if he wants to do that or not. So I'd probably just say,
you should make a video about it. I'm too lazy to. What the fuck?
ask him. I'd do whatever he'd wanted.
It's way better just to
so,
cover
yeah.
him.
What's the point of not your regular audience unless you think it's fun?
Most of his political opinions are based around the fact that he has no stake of what happens in the free world. Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, okay? In the past, he has actually advocated for how do you say it? He has advocated for like some form of welfare stuff, right? Why? Because he said specifically himself that he himself went through these troubles. And because he has went through these troubles, right? Because he himself went through these troubles, he doesn't mind if other poor people also use the same resources that he has used, right? He admits to using food stamps on soda, right? Now, the key here is, keep in mind, the only form of welfarism that he seems to support is ones that he has been personally affected by, right? This isn't empathy. This is cruelty, right? He's self-absorbed. He's selfish. He only cares about himself, right? And yeah, whatever. Yeah. Asmongold puts on his pants on one leg at a time, falls through the ceiling one tile at a time, and puts 2 cups of roach milk in his coffee every single morning like the rest of us. On God, for real, okay? By the way, just so you know, a poor person would never ever live in the condition that he's living in, okay? A poor person wouldn't be like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna let my roach infestation like just sit there and just do nothing about it, okay? Even a poor person buys cans of Raid, okay? Just FYI, all right? So again, it's this cosplaying as a poor person that is especially disgusting, right? I just don't like the fact that he cosplays as a poor person like that. It's just fucking weird. Stop pretending as if you know what an actual poor person lives like. Like, what the fuck? Right? It's weird.
What's the point? Yeah, exactly, right? And so Streamer University got mentioned on JRE. Yeah, I watched that before. And yeah. Oh my god, you do stream every day? I never have to say no to the question, is Asmon streaming
depressed?
today?
No kidding.
Well, do you think that streaming every day can have a negative impact on your real life social capability?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Whenever I was banned for 2 weeks, I was hanging out with my friends every fucking day. We were walking down to the park, like we're eating barbecue outside. We're going down, like hanging out on Lamar, like fucking at like video game shops, talking to people, doing all kinds of shit. Like, you know, we're eating tacos and everything. Like everything was great. And then as soon as I go back to streaming, like I unironically mean this, I think that my life would actually, if I was banned from streaming, it would be like Frodo losing the One Ring. Like, it would be, yes, you don't have this massively powerful artifact, but you're also free. And I would immediately go start doing other stuff, right? Yes, I'd be finally free. And no, I'm serious. Husband's vacation? Yeah. Why don't you take the weekend off? Because I also love streaming. That's the reason why. Is that even on days whenever I remember back in the day whenever I'd stream on my main account, I would stream every single day on usually both accounts because I just enjoy. You'll be back? Yeah, exactly. I will. And so
I don't think Asmongold's grass touching self. I don't think Asmongold's grass touching self would actually say these incredibly cruel things about immigrants. I really don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. I think that if he socialized IRL and touched grass every day, I don't think he would say all these cruel things about immigrants. Yeah. I think you can be trapped in a hole, especially when you're rich, and you can end up like J.K. Rowling and Notch from Minecraft, right? Like, these people are all rich people that have holed up too long in the dark, and they've just become bad people, I guess. He just needs a hug shops. No. Here's the thing, all right? I think you need to hug if you're not harming anybody. But if you use your depression to harm other people, if you use your mental illness, like I said, it's the same thing with Tectone, right? The fuck? Just because you were raped as a kid doesn't mean that you should be, like, raping other people, right? I don't think I'm hugging Tectone. Hell no!
losing the ring or destroying it? Destroying it. But, yeah. And isn't that contrary to you doing everything to be free? It is, and I think that there's a certain degree, like everybody, I think that there's a certain degree of dissonance, and I think that whenever I'm talking about being free, I mean really being free of the responsibilities and accountability of other people, not myself. Like, I'm not free of accountability from myself, but I am free of accountability from other people, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the way that I felt about it, and yeah, that's pretty much what my plan is, you know, I just stream on Kick and then try that out, see how it goes, then go from there. And I think it, you know, there's gonna be no ads or anything like that. I'm not doing any other kind of weird.
The Ching ASMR the White House did, and he's just glorifying rattling hatred. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. True, we don't have a lot of money, but stay clean. My mom made sure. Guys, if you don't have a lot of choice, I think being truly empathetic is one of the very few choices that you can actually make. Okay? Okay, people have played Expedition 33, right? I think at the beginning of the game, there's this character named Sophie, all right? And I'm not going to spoil the prologue of the game, okay? But Sophie, at the beginning of the game, said being empathetic is one of the few choices that she could actually make. And I really, really believe in that. When you're backed into a corner, I think being empathetic is really one of the few choices that you can make. And it's a really important choice that you can make, okay? When you're Asmongold and you have so many options throughout life, you have so many, like, things that you can do throughout life, and because you have so much money now, and you don't make the choice of empathy, like true empathy, I have very little sympathy for you, okay? I have empathy for you, all right? I understand what you're saying, okay? But I don't have sympathy for you, okay? Yeah.
Stuff, the same content's going to be on there. If I record a podcast with them, I might do that, like, only exclusively on Kick, but then it would just go to YouTube anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. So yeah, that's pretty much what the plan is. And for any other content creators that are curious and you want to get insight on how to do this or how to make this work for you, you can just hit me up. Obviously, like, my DMs are open, and you can just message me anywhere, right? And I can get you sorted out and help you out. Is he leaving? Absolutely not. No, like, if you like watching on here, nothing's going to change. Yeah, that's it. Never thought Kick would last, honestly. I didn't either. I originally thought that it wasn't going to go anywhere, but if I look at stream charts and I look at how Kick is done, and this was a big reason why I made the decision, to be honest with you, it's that the platform is actually growing. And obviously, like, there's a lot of accusations of, like, botting, but I'm gonna be real, guys. There's botting here on Twitch too. So I feel like you could use that for Twitch as well. So yeah, Kick has actually been growing in a pretty big way. And if you compare that to, let's say, Twitch, for example, right? And Twitch has been, I've showed this graph like 5 times, so I'm sure you guys are kind of tired about it. I apologize. But whenever this loads,
Not
it'll
bottom
show that Twitch
predators,
has
I
actually been going
know.
down for a bit. And I'll go ahead and refresh it here.
Oh.
What's the name of your Kick channel? It's probably just, I think it's just like Asmongold. But like I set up a channel at the beginning, and so I'll be able to link it to you guys and show you later on. But yeah, you can see clearly, you know, the amount of viewership and everything has gone down massively. And ever since COVID, I mean, they're pretty much like, when was the last time they were at? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much as bad as it was back then. And so it's gone down by a pretty big amount. And so if I compare this to Kick as well, I mean, you know, I don't want to be only like, doesn't it seem kind of bad to be on a sinking ship? The move they made with XQC swapping back and forth has been huge, by the way. To be honest, yeah, I mean, XQC obviously made a pretty big impact, and like you can see that happening with XQC moving over. But what I really think the big thing is just the incentive for the main thing that, I mean, this is what I would focus on, is the end user experience. And if the end user experience is good and better than your competition, you're going to have a growing platform. Okay. And if the end user experience is not good, then you're going to have a dead platform. And the fact,
look, if you're pro Asmongold, all right, I just recommend not watching me, okay? I'm sorry, all right? If you're pro Asmongold, you're just gonna be a little bit too triggered too often, okay? I'm okay with having lower viewership, okay? Just to look, I'm probably gonna be hating on Asmongold like every stream, okay?
Fact is that right now Twitch spams too many ads. They have inconsistent banning. They have biased.
I'm pro hasn't been banned. Am I talking specifically about you? The thing is that whenever I'm talking about Leaflet or Asmongold or whatever, like people think I'm specifically talking about them. I'm sorry, the whole entire stream doesn't revolve around you, okay? Like Jesus, dude, chill.
I think biased terms of service. There are a lot of things, like you have to have turbo to be able to rewind a stream. What the fuck? Like, it's just crazy. And so anyway, completely agree. Yeah, exactly. And so I don't want to be on a sinking ship. And that's why I think it's important to make sure that I have a couple of other boats. And so if you want something done, do it yourself. We're doing it ourselves. That's it. And also...
I honestly think I'm measured. I think I'm pretty measured when it comes to this kind of stuff. Look, listen, I recognize my biases, okay? All right, it is what it is. But I like to think I'm measured about stuff like this.
Is gambling in the deal? People ask a lot about that because of, you know, like stake being connected to Kick. Absolutely, unequivocally, without any question, without a doubt, 100%, absolutely not. No. Literally no. And so, like, yeah, that's it. And also, like, by the way, I have no interest in doing it. I'm sure I could have signed a contract and gotten paid a lot more money to do that. Like, I have been offered... I'll just tell you. I've been offered 9-figure deals to do gambling sponsors. Like, that means like $10 million and more. I just turned them down. I don't want to do it. Yeah. I just didn't want to do it.
That's amateur. I like Asmongold. I think he is stupid, but I like his content. I still watch Foodshops and disagree without getting triggered. Well, then you're a better person than me, okay? Because, listen, I can't stand watching people whose opinions I disagree with all that much in my free time. But, you know, it is what it is, okay? By the way, YouTube has had the rewind feature for years, so you've been able to rewind and stream while it's live.
That's the reason why, like, that's 8? Oh, is that 8? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Not 9. Okay. We have our juicer maybe got a 9-figure deal for something like that, but I don't even think his has gambling. But otherwise, no. Okay, it was 8-figure deal. Yeah, excuse me. I got them confused. Yeah, and that was it. And it's called having integrity. No, it's just it's not even me having integrity. Like I'm not even gonna try to high road about this. I just didn't want to. That's the I just didn't want to. Like, that was it. Yeah, I just didn't want to do it. It's that simple. It's nothing else, right? I mean, what do you want to say? And yeah, there you go. You gonna do Iron Kick? Yeah, maybe. And me counting fingers? Yeah, no, absolutely not. And actual W? Yeah, sure. And that's it. Sponsorships are, yeah, you see, now you understand me. Sponsorships are obligations. And so that's currently the plan. And yeah. Laziness is the ultimate roach defense mechanism against bad headlines? Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.